Hi, I'm Dafna. Welcome to our 15-minute yoga flow, where we will be getting the mind and the body ready to start the day. All you need is yourself and your mat. A block is helpful, but if you don't have a block, that's perfectly fine. You can always just grab a big, heavy book or something that helps bring the ground up closer to you. So we'll go ahead and get started, and I'll meet you on your mat. Okay, so like I said, we're starting off with a nice, gentle morning flow just so that we can start to open up into the body and start the day on a whole other level. So we're going to get started on our backs. You're going to bring your hips or your butt right to the middle of the mat, and we're laying on our back. Bringing our feet to the outer edges of the mat and just kind of letting our knees fall one onto the other. Pull your shoulder blades in so that you create a little shelf for the heart, and then bring one hand to your belly and one hand to your chest. I'm not giving you rules here just because I want you to take it to a more intuitive place. And just for the entire practice, I want you to try and come from a more intuitive place, trying to listen into what your body wants to do. So we're going to shut the eyes down, and we'll take a deep breath in through the nose. And a big sigh out. We'll do that 2 more times. Deep breath in. And a big sigh out. One more time. Inhale. And a big sigh out. Sealing off the lips, breathing through the nose. I want you to start to notice the depth, the length, and the rhythm of your breath. Noticing where we naturally tend to breathe into, whether that be the belly, the rising and falling, the lungs, the contraction and expansion, or whether we feel the rubbing of the air against the back of the throat and throughout the nasal cavity, maybe through the nostrils. Without too much judgment or criticism, and without labeling this or the other as right or wrong, I want you to try and embrace where you've woken up today. Wherever you're at, mentally, physically, just try to embrace that place with as much love, as much gratitude, giving yourselves the credit that you deserve for even stepping on your mat this morning. Slowly through the next inhale, we'll extend both legs out in front of us and gently start to extend both hands overhead as we interlace the fingers and flip the palms back behind us. Pointing the toes, let's take a deep breath in through the nose and a big sigh out. Just wiggling the body here from side to side, slowly starting to open up into the body. Now it's your choice whether you want to open up the eyes or whether you want to keep the eyes shut. There's no reason to overthink it here. And slowly on the next inhale, bring your knees into your chest. Making sure that we're not crossing the ankles here. You just want to hold each knee in closer to your chest and start rocking from side to side, maybe a little bit front and back, just so that you can start to get some movement into the hips and into the lower back. And we'll start off with just one gentle twist. So we're going to be scooting the hips over to the right slightly and then dropping the knees over to the left. Bringing the left palm onto the right knee. Right arm extends to the right. And you don't want to focus in too much on where your knees are placed, or where your shoulders placed. So if you feel like you're a little tight, then you can always scoot your knees down and away from the body. And if you feel like you actually have some more room, you can bring your knees in a little bit closer. And I want you to notice that since the knees are the heavy thing here, don't focus on shoving and pulling the right shoulder back down. Just allow it to gently open up and gently allowing the breath to be the thing that guides us. And then slowly through the next inhale, we'll pull both knees back into center, setting the sole of the left foot down on the mat and hooking the right knee over the the right ankle over the left knee. Now you're squeezing into the right glutes as you slowly pull the left knee into your chest. And depending on how flexible you are and how flexible you are today or how open you are, you're either going to grab behind the left thigh or over the left shin. Of course, grabbing over the shin is a little bit more difficult, so just listen to your body and not to me so much. Now you're squeezing the right glute so that you can pull the right knee further away from the body, but make sure that you're flexing into the right foot. And once again, we'll start to rock from side to side here, welcoming some more space into that right hip, but making sure that you're constantly squeezing into the right glute and constantly pulling the right knee further away from the body. Now we're going to take a deep breath in here. And as you exhale, once again, release, unlatch your hands, drop your legs exactly as they are to the left once again. You're once again extending the right arm out to the right, keeping the sole of the right foot on the mat. Bringing the left hand to the right thigh, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, push the right knee away from the body, making sure to squeeze the right glute. You should be getting a really nice little stretch here. And we're going to take just a couple of breaths, making sure that you're releasing any of the tension that may have built up in the shoulders, any of the tension that may have built up in the face. And then slowly on your next inhale, you want to bring yourself back up through center. And you're going to bring your hands onto that right shin, rocking back up once and twice. You want to come into this little mermaid seat where the left heel is on the outside of the right glute and the right ankle is crossed over the left knee. If this is way too much and you can't sit your right hip back down, you can always extend your left leg. It'll be a little easier on your hips. But whatever variation we've taken, we want to bring the right hand behind us. And then slowly on the inhale, you're extending the left hand high. As you exhale, crossing the left elbow over the right knee. You're going to take a deep breath in here, making sure that you're not hiking the right shoulder up and you're not leaning into the right hand. You want to stay nice and upright, so you're just supporting yourself with your fingertips. Roll your right shoulder back. Inhale, long spine as you extend through the crown of the head. As you exhale, contract through the rib cage so that you can twist a little deeper. We're going to do this for one more breath. Inhale, long spine through the crown of the head. Exhale, contracting through the rib cage to deepen the twist. On your next inhale, you want to turn all the way back up towards the top of the mat. Extend the arms in front of you, pulling the right knee into the chest and then the left knee into the chest. If this is too much for the morning, you can always support yourself through the backs of the knees. You can point the toes down towards the ground. It should be a little bit easier to do that. Or see if you can bring your shins parallel to the ground. And maybe you can release your arms alongside you. And we're just starting to fire up the core a little bit so that we can just spark that inner fire and get ourselves fired up for the day. And we're going to take our last deep breath in. As we exhale, we want to set the soles of the feet together on the mat. Our knees are apart. So we have two options here. Option number one is to bring the hands behind us and to prop ourselves up into a little seat. Otherwise, the more difficult and challenging option is to bring our arms between our knees, take a little swing back for some momentum, and come up into a low seat. Slowly starting to roll onto the toes, bringing the palms together in heart center. Just staying here in a toe stand for 3 full breaths. And if it's super easy for you to keep your eyes open, see if you have the capacity to shut the eyes. And we're staying here for another 2. It's okay to wiggle around a bit. Our last deep breath in. And as you exhale, blinking the eyes open, setting the palms of the hands on the mat and stepping the feet back into a plank. Once again, firing up into the core. You're pressing all 10 fingers into the mat, really gripping in. You're squeezing your glutes as you're knitting your ribs in. You want to really create as much space as possible through the shoulder blades. So you're protracting the shoulders here, taking a deep breath in. As you exhale, bend into the knees and set both knees on the mat. Taking an inhale, you want to extend the right leg here. As you exhale, lift it off the mat. Bend into the right knee, keep the right foot flexed. Taking an inhale, you want to drop your belly and lift your chest as you kick the right heel high. As you exhale, round through the spine, cat-like with the back, knee to nose. Inhale, kick that right heel high, drop your belly, lift your chest. Exhale, round through the spine, knee to nose. Last time. Inhale, kick it all the way up, open up. Exhale, knee to nose. On your next inhale, you want to extend the right leg all the way back. As you exhale, pivot the left foot slightly to the left, slowly reaching the right hand all the way up towards the sky. Now you want to make sure that you're lifting through the glutes here. So the right glute, the right hip is the thing that is making sure to continue to lift the right leg a little bit higher. And you're reaching with the right fingertips. Taking a deep breath in. As you exhale, you're starting to compress the right thigh in towards your chest and setting the right heel, the sole of the right foot, on the outer edge of the right side of the mat. Slowly re-neutralizing into the left foot. Now this is where you could possibly be using your block. If the ground feels really far away from you, you can always grab a block, setting it on either the first setting, the second setting, or you can always also set it on the highest setting. Whatever you need here. If you need that extra support, then that's totally fine. You're going to flex your right foot. Take an inhale. Extend into the right leg. Exhale, bend. Squeeze the left glute. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. And exhale, bend. Beautiful. Right hand disconnects from the mat as you bring it onto the right knee. You're rolling onto the outer edge of the right foot, taking a deep breath in. You want to puff up your chest. Exhale, push the right knee away from the body. And we're holding here for 3, for 2, and for 1. Slowly setting the sole of the right foot back down. Right palm presses into the mat. Tuck the left toes under. Lift the left knee. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, step the right foot back. We're going to take a deep breath in here in a plank. As you exhale, shift your hips up high, coming into a downward facing dog. Maybe starting to pedal out the feet here. You want to maybe sway your hips from side to side, slowly opening up into the back body. And like I mentioned in my downward dog back to basics video, I want you to constantly be thinking about sending your hips up as high as possible, and your legs don't have to be straight. You want to push the ground away from you and send the weight in towards the feet, making sure that the arms and the back are straight and that you're not collapsing into the shoulders. You're going to take a deep breath in, gaze forward. As you exhale, step all the way up to the top of the mat. And we're coming down the same way we came up. So you're bending into your knees, slowly shifting onto your toes, slowly bringing your hands into heart center for a toe stand. Inhale. As you exhale, sit low onto your glutes. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, round through the spine, come all the way down onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Take an inhale. As you exhale, scoot your hips to the left and drop your knees to the right. Extend the left arm to the left, right hand on the left thigh. Breathing. Same little tips go here as they did for the other side. So if you feel like you don't have enough room here, then just bring your knees further away from the body. If you feel like you need more of depth here, then bring your knees in closer to you. But if your knees are super close to you because you want to be challenging yourself or whatever it is that you choose to be doing, but the left shoulder is not on the mat, then know that it's probably because you don't have enough room, and then just bring your knees a little further away. You're going to take another deep breath in here. And as you exhale, you want to bring your knees back into center, setting the sole of the right foot on the ground and hooking the left ankle over the right knee. Now you're making sure to flex into the left foot as you're squeezing into the left glute and pulling the left knee away from the body, and then slowly pulling the right knee in towards the chest, either hooking your hands behind the right thigh or over the right shin. Of course, over the right shin is more challenging and deeper. Once again, you're flexing into the left foot and just rocking here from side to side. Breathing, don't forget to breathe. Whenever I'm teaching and I'm just rambling on, I sometimes get to the point where I have to remember to breathe again. So it's important, breathe. Now we're going to take our last deep breath here, coming back to neutral, unhooking the hands, dropping the knees to the right as they are. So you're setting the sole of the left foot on the ground, right knee is on the ground. You want to extend the right arm to the right, take a deep breath in, extend the left hand to the left, right hand to the left thigh, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, pull the left thigh away from the body, squeezing the left glute. Noticing that every single time that we might be pulling something away or we might be pushing a part of the body, you want to activate the opposite muscle that you're stretching so that you can really kind of protect the muscle that you are stretching. Let's take another inhale. And as you exhale, coming back into center. You want to bring both hands onto that shin, so you can hook the hands on something. Roll once up and a second time up, just to come into that same little twist that we were doing before. So like I said, if your left ankle is crossed over the right knee, but this glute is not seated on the mat, just extend the right leg so that you have some more room. If you can sit both glutes on the mat in this little mermaid twist, then that's great. Both options are wonderful. You're bringing the left hand behind you. Inhale, lift the right arm high. Exhale, right elbow latches over the left knee, and you're twisting. Rolling the left shoulder back. You're just supporting yourself with the left fingertips. Inhale through the crown of the head. And exhale, contract through the rib cage. Inhale through the crown of the head. And exhale. On the next inhale, you want to unwind. Extend the arms in front of you. Left knee to chest, right knee to chest. You can always support behind the knees if you need that added support. You can point your toes down if you need that. Whatever feels best for you. Maybe you can keep the shins parallel with the ground as the arms are extended. Holding here for 3, 2, crown of the head lifts, pulling the thighs into the chest into the thighs. Last deep breath. As you exhale, set the soles of your feet on the mat. Hands either behind you or between the knees, propping ourselves up into a seat, either with the hands or without, rolling onto the toes. You're just going to hold here for an inhale. As you exhale, you want to plant the hands, step both feet back into a plank. And we're going to hold here for 3, 2, press the ground away from you, knit the ribs in, pull the navel in and up, and exhale, bend the knees, set them on the mat. You want to extend the left leg behind you, and then inhale, lift. Bend the left knee. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest as you kick it up. Exhale, round through the spine, knee to nose. Inhale, kick it up as you drop your belly and lift your chest. Exhale, kick it in, knee to nose, last time. Inhale, kick it up, and exhale, kick it in. On your next inhale, you want to kick it back, extend. You want to pivot the right foot to the right, stack the left hip over the right hip, and lift the left hand high. You want to continue to lift through the left outer hip. Squeeze the left glute and flex the left foot and squeeze the left glute. You want to reach the sky with the left fingertips for our last deep breath in. As you exhale, you're compressing the left thigh into the chest, setting the left heel on the outer left edge of the mat, slowly bending into that left knee and setting the left palm down, neutralizing into the right foot behind you. As we inhale, we're flexing into the left foot and extending. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. And exhale, bend. Beautiful. Rolling on the outer edge of the left foot, left hand to left knee. Inhale, open up through the chest. Exhale, push the left knee away from the body, squeezing into the right glute as well. So you're really active in the hips and you're puffing up the chest here. We're going to take our last deep breath in. And as you exhale, bring the sole of the left foot down. You're bringing the left palm down and tucking your right toes under. Because we already kind of went through one plank, you want to lift your right knee off of the mat and step the left back. You're going to take an inhale in this plank. As you exhale, knees, chest, chin onto the mat. Taking an inhale here. As you exhale, roll up into a cobra. Exhale down. Beautiful. So you want to squeeze your glutes, lift your kneecaps, press your pubic bone into the mat as you engage the quads and the hamstrings. You want to swing your hands behind you and interlace the fingers behind the back as you set your chin on the mat. Inhale, push the fists away from the body. Exhale, lift. Hold for 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly come back down, hands under the shoulders, feet together, knees apart, and sending the sits bones all the way back. Forehead down to the mat, taking this child's pose, taking a deep breath in, and a big sigh out. Slowly neutralizing the breath. Slowly coming back into a more natural rhythm with your breath. Take this time to set an intention for the day to come. Remember the movement, the breath, and the awareness that you started the day off with. You're welcome to stay here for as long as you'd like, or take Shavasana on your back. Thank you for joining me in today's practice. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.